Warden's log, 13th of December, 1953. Storm has been battering the extremities of the island, with severe waves and lightning strikes causing damage to the southernmost walls. The damage was minor, but the exterior defences may need to be reassessed. Prisoner report. Once again, our sole prisoner has remained in silence throughout the week. She refuses to communicate except for when left alone in her cell. On these occasions, she can be heard muttering to herself. On the 9th, at around 3 p.m, she had an episode where she attempted to ram her head against the wall. We were forced to sedate her. When she regained consciousness, she remained in unnatural silence. Personnel report. Tony Bates continues to perform impeccably. His stoic attitude in the face of the monotonous day-to-day life is a clear indicator as to why he is the best man for the job. As for me, I've started to notice the cracks in the walls. 12 years of my life I've dedicated to this place. 12 years of my life to iron bars and dirt. The days merge together. The weeks form like the crests of the waves. And the years blend into dirt like blood. Sometimes I wonder what the point of all this is. Why not let the storms batter us down to dust? What's the point of all this for the sake of one prisoner? The prisoner is like a worm. She exists on the edge of my vision always. It is her voice that echoes through these halls without her ever saying a word. Every day I wish that I would find her dead. Every day she's there, and it's her breath I can feel on the back of my neck, but I can't let it get to me. So it's a stalemate. It's going to continue that way for years yet. Warden's log, 13th of December, 1954. Nothing to report.
Sir! Sir, she's arrived.
Yes, bring her in. Miss Duncan, is it?
It's Dunbar. D.I. Dunbar. They should have told you I was coming.
Of course, yes. My apologies. Take a seat. Thank you, Bates. Hope your journey wasn't too rough.
I've never had to take a boat out to a prison before.
It's a necessary precaution, a natural barrier between our prisoners and the rest of the world.
Only one prisoner at the moment, though.
Yes, only one at present. I take it it's her you're here to talk about?
Actually, Warden, it's her I'm here to talk to.
You want to interview the prisoner?
Yes.
I'm afraid I can't allow that.
I have a signed order from the Commissioner, approved by the prison board, granting me an interview, or, as I suspect I will need, multiple interviews with your prisoner.
Be that as it may, it's not a matter of authority. We have one prisoner here at Seagate for a reason. She's volatile and extremely dangerous. We've never permitted anyone to interview her.
There's a first time for everything.
You do realise why she's here, Miss Dunbar?
It's Detective Inspector, and yes, I do.
So you understand why I can't allow anyone to interview her?
The Commissioner has approved special access under the circumstances.
What circumstances?
The case I'm working on. A homicide 2 weeks ago in London. The MO is identical to your inmate's crime from 12 years ago.
So you think it's a copycat?
We haven't discounted that possibility.
My God.
I'm sorry if you find it distressing. I assume you recognise the similarities.
Of course. It's just to imagine that anyone, especially anyone other than Harley, could do that.
You see then why I need to interview her. Hardy can provide me with means, method, potential links between the killer and the crime scene. Inmates often provide valuable insight into the mental state of criminals still at large. That's funny to you?
Forgive me. It's just, you won't get anything out of the prisoner. She hasn't spoken a word aloud in 6 weeks, let alone provide you any insight into her mental state.
Does she often refrain from talking?
She has episodes.
What kind of episodes?
Not the kind of thing you'd want to witness. And she won't give you anything.
With respect, Warden, I'm not leaving here without trying. And I don't think it would reflect well on either of us if I left Seagate with nothing to show for it. Oh, and I'd be sure to mention your cooperation in my report to the Commissioner.
Fine. One interview. If only to please the top brass.
This isn't my first rodeo, Warden. I'm sure I can handle her.
Word of warning then, Miss Dunbar. She's not like anything you've ever seen before. Bates! Bring Hardy to interview room 1, please.
Sir.
You heard me. Miss Duncan here is going to interview the prisoner.
Yes, sir.
I'll take you down myself.
Oh, I'd prefer to interview her alone if it's all the same to you, Warden.
You do understand that I'm to be in the room with you at all times.
Is that strictly necessary?
It's not just for your protection. Anna is a danger to herself.
Fine.
Bates will show you out when you're done.
Thank you, Warden.
Warden's log. 13th of December, 1954.
Wait here. You have 10 minutes. Do not attempt to make physical contact with the prisoner. Do not give the prisoner any materials. Do not raise your voice. Do not attempt to cross the striped line on the floor. If you break any of the above rules, you will be removed. Do you understand these instructions?
Yes, thank you. I know the regs. Miss Anna Hardy. It is Anna, isn't it? I'm Detective Inspector Lindsay Dunbar from the Metropolitan Police. I'm here regarding a murder that took place 2 weeks ago in a warehouse in Thamesmead. Does the Thamesmead area mean anything to you? Very well. I'd like to show you some photos. This is a picture of the warehouse in Thamesmead. Does it have any special significance to you? Anna, can you look at the photos, please?
No contact.
Sorry. This next photo was taken from the crime scene. Do you see these symbols, Anna? Do they mean anything to you? Anna, I am here because 12 years ago you were convicted of a triple murder which strongly resembles the one committed 2 weeks ago in London. These symbols were found all over the crime scene, just like the ones found around the bodies of the girls you murdered. What's the connection? It's too significant a link to be a coincidence. Anna, if you can help me in any way with my investigation, I can talk to the Crown Prosecutor about taking some years off your sentence. I might even be able to make your life in the meantime a bit more comfortable. I am going to find the connection. And when I do, you might be glad to have me on your side.
Time's up.
If you won't help me today, I'll come back tomorrow.
Inspector, with me, please.
How old was your daughter when she died?
What did you say?
Come on, Inspector, your time's up.
Gotcha.
Are you alright, Mom?
Yes. Yes, I'm fine.
The warden will be back in a minute. Can I get you anything? A tea or coffee?
No, thank you. I'm okay.
You lost your daughter?
What?
She said. You lost your daughter. She's never wrong. She can do that. It's like she can see into your mind when you speak to her.
The warden said she wasn't allowed visitors.
She's not anymore. When she first arrived, she's talked to psychiatrists and the like. The warden put a stop to that after the first couple of interviews. I had to talk to her and all. Learn my lesson. It's like she can read your whole life like opening a book if you let her.
How is that possible?
So you did have a kid?
Yes. A daughter. She died 2 years ago.
Did you find you did it?
How do you know someone did it?
I figured a woman like you, in a place like this, you must have a hell of a reason.
He took her from the swimming pool. I only looked away for a second and that was it. She was gone.
You got him? The one that did it?
I did, yes. He's dead now. Killed himself in prison.
I had 2 little boys. Beautiful little nippers they were. Always asking me questions I didn't know the answer to. How do cars work? How far away is the sky? How many days until Christmas?
Yeah. Children are funny like that.
You never forget being a parent.
Where are they now?
Car crash. I was driving, lost control, flipped the car. That was it. My wife left me after a month. Can't pretend to blame her.
I am sorry.
Right back at you. The warden, he doesn't have children, he wouldn't understand. But I get it. I'm here to pay off my debt. For my kids.
How long have you been working here?
12 years.
You started the same time as she arrived.
Yeah. They added me for extra security. The warden made the position permanent after about a month. Now it's just us. We know how to handle it.
So, would you say you know the warden well?
As well as everyone.
And the prisoner?
I suppose you could say I'm the closest thing Anna Hardy's got to a working relationship.
But you say she can read people.
Not exactly. She just knows things she has no right knowing.
The warden told me she hadn't spoken for 6 weeks when I got here. Does she do that often?
Sometimes. She gets into, I suppose you call them moods. Most of the time I can't get her to shut up. There was a point when she first arrived, she talked to herself non-stop, like a continuous stream of nonsense, talking to herself constantly, barely breathing in between words. And if you're in the room with her, she'd look you in the eye without blinking and tell you things. Things you shouldn't know. So,
Take it the interview didn't go well?
Slow progress. But it's still progress. She's talking at least.
Surprised to hear it. Bates tells me she tried one of her little mind tricks on you.
Yes.
It's a strange town of hers. But do you understand why? I told you she...
See, I think I can get through to her.
You want to go back in there?
Yes.
I can't sanction that.
Warden.
I understand you have the authority and the determination. Bates tells me she mentioned your daughter.
Yes.
Wasn't aware you had such a personal connection to the unique nature of her crime.
I have no connection to Hardy.
She abducted and murdered 3 children.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
After losing your daughter under similar circumstances, you expect me to let you go back in there? You're emotionally compromised, Miss Dunbar.
With respect, Warden, I am a serving homicide detective and I have been assigned to this case. That means I won't leave any stone unturned until I solve it. As long as there is a killer still at large, I have a duty to perform.
She won't help you.
I think she can.
Maybe she can, but she won't.
I can make her talk.
Not letting you back in there.
I am going back in. If I have to get the Commissioner himself on the line, so be it.
Fine. One more interview. Nothing more comes from it. I want you off this island.
Thank you, Warden.
Sit down. You have 10 minutes. The same instructions as before apply to interaction with the prisoner. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm glad you came back. I've been thinking about your case non-stop, not stopping thinking about your case.
I'm glad to see you're willing to cooperate.
You showed me the photos, you showed me the dead, you showed me their bodies, you showed me their heads.
You mean the victims?
Yes, the symbols.
What do they mean? What did the symbols mean, Anna?
We had a deal, Detective Inspector, and you never answered my question.
What question?
Your daughter, how old was she?
That's not relevant to this case.
I can't help you if you don't help me. Help is a hindrance. Let her go free.
I'm not here to talk about myself.
Neither am I. Talk to me. Tell me. Show me what you know.
I am not going to talk about my daughter. Either you can help me with this case or I can leave.
Either. You can help me help you help yourself to what you know I know. Or you can swim all the way back to London and cry.
If I tell you about my life, you'll tell me about these symbols?
Cat to the cuckoo, the egg to the nest. The night terrors sing while the sunbird's at rest.
And you'll sing for me, will you? If I talk about my daughter?
They say that I'm mad, that I won't ever tell. But if you only trust me, I'll trust you as well.
Only a monster would hold out information that could help catch a killer.
Oh, they'll call you a monster as long as you're caged. But once you're on their side, you'll find out it's staged.
She was 15 when she disappeared. They found her body a year later when they caught the man who took her.
When you caught him, you mean?
Yes, when I caught him. How did you know that?
I can hear it in your voice. That pride, that guilty pride, that you got the one that did it. These symbols around the crime scene, you know what they are?
The signs of the zodiac.
But you don't understand why.
My guess would be some sort of ancient rite. Carving astrological symbols around the bodies of the dead to show what each of them meant to you, but what I don't understand is why...
Why I would carve symbols around the bodies of people I've never met.
Yes.
It's a trick. The symbols aren't about what they meant to me, because none of them meant anything to me, because I didn't know any of them. The symbols, just to remember the order. Time is strange inside my head. Symbols help me put things in the right places.
And you think this copycat killer is doing the same thing?
It's not a copycat killer.
But the symbols are a clear link.
To me, yes. This wasn't a coincidence. This was planned.
Well, obviously it was premeditated.
Obviously. It means me. The symbol, that's why they use the symbols. To lead you to me.
You? You mean Somebody left these symbols as a clue. Somebody wanted me here to interview you.
The stars brought you solace. They'll take it away. You're leaving me here. You're leaving today.
Explain what you mean, Anna. Who wanted me here?
We had a deal, Detective Inspector. A trade of information.
What more do you want to know?
Why are you doing this?
You know that already. My daughter.
No. Your daughter is what's starting you this path. But she's not why you're still on it. You caught her killer. You could have gone to pick daisies in the open fields or swim the open skies. But no. You're still here, sniffing around for more blood in the water. Why?
Because the job's not done yet. If this case proves anything, it's there are still killers out there. As long as there are people who can commit these sorts of crimes, I can't just turn away. I can't sit back when I know these monsters are free.
Monsters who had carved symbols around the bodies of 3 dead children.
Yes.
I see. Thank you for being honest with me. Now you get to ask me a question.
Okay. What else do you know about
No, not
these-
that. Ask me what you really want to know.
Okay. Why did you do it? Why did you kill them?
Would you believe me if I said I had to? Would you believe me if I said it was an accident? Or some voice in my head urging me on? Or if it was said it was the only way I could feel complete? Or if I said it wasn't me at all, but some random figure wrapped in darkness who vanished into the night, wrong place, right time, left me to take the blame? Another psychopath with a blood-stained hand and a broken mind?
So which is it?
Some secrets are golden, some secrets are black. Once you've unleashed them, you can't take them back.
Time's up.
Explain what you mean, Anna.
Time to go.
I'll come back tomorrow.
I thought I told you not to talk. Look at me, Anna. I thought I told you not to talk about the symbols. You think you can get away with it because she's watching. Not to tell her anything more about that girl or I'll beat you black and blue. Do you hear me? She can't help you. Do you hear me?
Tick, tick, tick. Marks and John. Tick, tick, tick.
Shut up!
Anna? The warden has given me permission to interview you again, in light of your helpfulness in our last discussion. What's happened to you? Bates, how did she get these injuries?
She had a manic episode after your last interview. Started throwing herself against the wall, beating herself up.
Anna, we made good progress in our last interview. I'd like to show you some more files, if that's okay. I'd like you to take a look at some of our suspects in the case and see if any of them stand out to you. Anna, do any of these profiles mean anything to you? Can you tell me anything about the potential mental states these people may be in, based on the evidence I've shown you? Anna, I understand you want to work off a one for me, one for you system, but I can't help you unless you can help me. Anna,
You're not looking in the right places.
where should I be looking?
You understand? You understand nothing. This is my life, mine. You've missed it again. Missed the point.
Missed what? What did I miss?
The answer, the clue, he knows what it's all about.
I told you I can't help you unless you can help me.
You don't see it, do you?
Calm down, now.
See what?
Can you see? Can you hear me now?
Control yourself or you will be removed.
Honey, what did I miss?
Everything. He's the key.
Time's up.
No, I need more time. Who's he? Who's the key?
Detective, with me, please.
Oh, the pretty birds. And up in the branch.
Miss Hardy, I will come back.
Detective, now, please.
Or the stars, or the suns, or the birds that come, or the clouds, or the skies, or the clouds and the skies, or the birds, all the birds flying, flying, flying so high.
Yes. Yes, of course. Yes, he's still here. If that's what you want. Of course, sir. Of course, sir. Right away. Inspector, I'm glad you came to see me. That was the commissioner on the phone. He wants you back in London as soon as possible.
That's not going to happen.
Why not?
I need to continue the interview process with Anna.
I assumed after your last interview that line of questioning had run its course.
I made good progress in the second session, and I would have made more in the third, but
what?
I think Bates may be abusing her.
What makes you say that?
The last time I saw Anna, she was covered in bruises, to her face and arms.
Yes, Bates told me about that. She had a manic episode in her cell after your second interview.
I don't think that's what happened. Her injuries aren't consistent with self-infliction. I've been working homicide 20 years. I know a rat hook when I see the print of it on the victim's face.
The victim's face? Have you forgotten who you're dealing with in that room?
Of course not. But
And I can assure you, Bates is not abusing anyone. He's worked here for the last 12 years. His record is spotless.
be that as it may, I think it's essential that I interview Anna again, preferably without Bates's presence.
I cannot allow you to do that, quite alone from letting you back in there. I've had orders to send you back to London. Your presence has been overwritten, I'm afraid.
By the Commissioner.
That's right.
Warden, there's something else. Something related to the case against Anna.
What is it?
I've been reviewing her case file.
How did you get access to her case file?
It's all in the prison records.
You need my permission to access the prison filing system.
As a detective inspector, I have the right to view any and all documents pertaining to a suspect, including the prison records.
A suspect? You mean a child killer? And don't quote the regs at me. I told you before, they don't apply on this island.
Be that as it may, I found an irregularity in the case file.
What irregularity?
In the last interview I undertook, Anna gave me a name. I think it's the key to finding the connection between her crime and the one I'm currently investigating.
What name?
Nigel Cotton.
I don't recall that name from the prison case file.
That's just it, Warden. It isn't in the reviewed file. Cotton isn't mentioned at all, but I cross-referenced the name with the old station reports and I found this. Nigel Cotton was Anna's psychologist back in 1942. This is a statement he gave to the police claiming he was with Anna all night the night the murders were committed. His story was later discounted in light of the overwhelming evidence against Anna, as was his statement as a character witness, in which he attested that she was incapable of such a crime. According to him, she was harmless, the occasional fit, but no signs of aggression.
You don't think the woman in that cell is aggressive?
I think 12 years in a cage would make anyone desperate.
I don't see how any of this is relevant.
Warden, even if Cotton's story was discounted, his name should have appeared on the second review. I think someone removed it, maybe even nudged him to retract his statement. That's why the original file was so hard to find.
None of this matters. Anna was still convicted.
Yes. But
What?
at the time of Anna's arrest, she'd been recently released from a mental institution, on probation, under review from Bates. Her psychological records would have been easy to acquire for someone in a position of authority. If you wanted to commit a murder and needed someone to take the fall for it.
Hold on. Are you saying you don't think that woman is insane?
Oh no, I'm sure she's insane. I also think she's innocent. I think somebody picked her name out of a list of mental patients and framed her with the murder of 3 children. Then they brushed her alibi given to her by Cotton under the rug and sent her off to the most remote prison they could find, knowing if anyone ever tried to interview her, she'd be unable to defend herself. It's all in the file. I'd like to find out where Cotton is now and confirm his story. Oh, but there's one other thing I found on the statement. The name of the officer who originally undertook the case, who gave evidence convicting Hardy in spite of Cotton's claim. It was Commissioner Newton. He was a homicide detective himself at the time, and now he wants to get me back to London.
Who else have you told about this?
Oh, nobody. I don't know who else in the Met might be under Newton's thumb.
So nobody else knows?
No.
Good. It's quite considerate of you to come to me first. For the record, you were right about everything. About Commissioner, about Bates. They really did underestimate you sending you here.
Why? Why?
Why? Why did we let you come here? We needed someone to connect Anna to the murder in Thamesmead. We just didn't think you'd connect the dots quite the way you did. Anna will have to be punished for being so helpful towards your case.
You killed her.
I have never killed anyone. I've always kept my hands clean. Relatively speaking. I just look the other way from time to time.
So the right people can pin the blame for crimes they committed on her.
Exactly.
You told Anna that stuff about me, about my daughter, to scare me off?
Yes. I thought that if you connected Anna to your daughter, you'd realise that she wasn't going to help you. I guess I underestimated you as well.
You've been covering up the murders all this time.
You'd be surprised how many well-known figures feel the need to commit murders from time to time. Commissioner Newton, for example, has this weird obsession with the Zodiac and the way it affects people's lives. And deaths. According to him, children are purer than adults. I don't understand it myself. I just help smoothen out the aftermath. Let's just say I didn't become warden myself without help. And after cleaned up your mess, maybe I'll finally get out of this place.
You're insane.
On the contrary, I'm unusually clever. Anna is the one who's insane. And she's been very helpful to us. You see, when I kill you, she's going to have conveniently broken free of her restraints in a desperate attempt to escape, killing you in the process. Maybe that will warn up any other potential interviewers from looking too closely at her.
Go to hell.
Oh, Inspector, don't you understand? We're already there. It's time for both of us to move on. Bates,
Sir?
take the dear Madam Inspector's body to the briefing room and bring Hardy to me. I want to talk to her before I inform the Commissioner about this shocking turn of events.
Yes, sir.
see you looking so well. You remember the last time we spoke?
12 years of pain. Could have been bad.
You remember me telling you what I told you?
You made me a puppet. It made me so sad.
You remember me telling you that you killed someone? Afraid to say you've done it again.
I've done it again. I've let you go free. 12 years in the dark. Then you become me. May I ask who it is I've killed this time?
Detective Inspector Lindsay Dunbar. I'm afraid to say you grew angry in one of your interviews and attempted to escape. Though you were subdued, you got your hands on a gun in the process.
The detective inspector. She's dead. She's gone.
Yes, you killed her.
You killed her. You shot her. Dead on the floor.
You did.
You killed her to keep me here, to keep me a pet.
You did it, Anna. Just like you killed those girls. You'll never repeat that as long as you live. Do you understand me? Look upon your works, Hardy. You're a monster with no feelings and no morality. Crimes are quite excessive, you know. Take a look at them. Remind yourself as to why you're here.
Sir,
Who killed Detective Inspector Lindsay Dunbar? Who killed her, Anna? Who did it?
Me.
Good. I'll be revisiting you soon.
sir, the paperclip, watch out!
The songbird has flown its cage, Warden.
Hardy, please.
Take a seat, please.
Hardy, give me the...
Sit down! Thank you. That's better, isn't it?
Hardy, whatever you want, whatever it is, I can get it for you.
Whatever I want.
Warden,
You know what I want.
I can get it for you.
Yes, you can.
There's no need to be rash.
Of course not. Warden, it's me. We're friends. Old friends. For 12 years now. When have I ever been rash? You've kept me here. For 12 years. 12 years of waiting. Waiting for you to come here and see me. To have my moment. To see me shine. And all of this time, you've been trying to escape. To get out. To get away from me. Your dark truth, in a way so deep. Are you really so scared to come down here and face the truth of what you've done? Of what you are? Of who I am?
You're insane.
Oh yes, but I'm not a killer.
Tell that to Bates.
He hit me, Warden. He hit me and hit me and hit me and hit me. All on your orders. He had to die. He had to. It's where he was going.
And where am I going?
Nowhere. You're going to die here, in this room, because that's what this is all about. All this time, Warden. I thought it was me who was locked up. But you were the bird in the cage, Warden. All this time.
Time? What do you know of time?
I have 12 years of ticking seconds in my head. Tick, tick. Warden, can you hear your doomsday clock running down?
If you're going to kill me, get on with it.
Promises, 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 promises. I don't want to kill you, Warden. I'm going to, but I don't want to. It's just an unhappy side effect, you see.
You want me to apologise?
No. I want to know why.
Why?
Why you did this to me.
Seriously, you think this is all about you? You were just a name on a list Someone who he knew would play a part. Just for the fun of it.
You thought this was fun?
You knew what you were doing.
Yes.
Now you expect to kill me and walk out of here?
Yes.
The guards will shoot you the moment you set foot on the mainland.
Sounds fun. I've never been shot.
Hardy, listen.
Nothing you can say will make me spare your life.
Hardy, listen to me. I can get you off this island. I can get you past the guards. I can get you on the mainland. I can get you to London, to the commissioner. Is that what you want? Look, Hardy, you don't want to die here. I don't want to die here. Don't throw this away on one error of judgment. Fine, I'll come clean. I'll tell them everything. I'll tell them about the commissioner. We can even sweep Bates under the rug, if that's what you want. Is that what you want? For Christ's sakes, Hardy, listen to me. Don't throw this away on one error of judgment. You need me alive.
You're right. But there's something about seeing a bird in a cage that makes me want to set it free. No way to escape, to get out of my head. Even if I could, they'd still shoot me dead. Maybe it's time. Time, stop ticking. Tick, tick, tick. Or maybe. Maybe that's it. Get the ones that did it. Like he said. No, they're a long way off. But there is time, whole lives and years, and eternities ahead. But still no way off this island. The songbird laughs, the songbird sings, but never tries to spread his wings.